Hi there, welcome to BSF Recovery Team. Well, today we're going to install the new in-cab controls for the front winch that were custom made for me by 12voltguy.com. And we have the IPC cover, or instrument panel cluster cover, out of the tow truck here. And the obvious place to put the switch would be right down here, where we have an hour meter. Now, the tow truck came with an hour meter, but since we don't charge for recoveries, we don't keep track of our hours. So I think we're going to 86 the hour switch and put our front winch control switch right there. Now, since the hour meter is ignition powered, has 12 volt source and a ground, we just might use this plug to power our switch. So we'll save that. Well, we got a 2-inch hole here already. Let's see if the switch will fit flush into that 2-inch hole. No, not quite. Well, the switch is supposed to be 2.5 by 2.5. I wonder if we just square out that 2-inch hole, if it'll work then. And I got just the tool for that. Well, kind of crude. Well, we'll see if it fits in there now. That looks like it'll work. Alright, now we got to mark the holes here. Try and get this thing straight so it looks good in the truck. Silver marker shows up on the black dash. Now the switch came with 4 little black screws to hold the panel in, but you know what? It's going into plastic, and the rough conditions that the wrecker runs in and stuff like that, I'm thinking we're going to do a little bit better than just screws into plastic. I got a nut setter kit here, and we got some little 4mm rib nuts. So I think we'll drill it out and we'll put some rib nuts in there and secure it that way. So for this rib nut, it tells us to drill a 1/4 inch hole. Come around this side of the table and there, we got our 1/4 inch holes drilled. We should be able to, yep. Oh yeah, that'll fit nice. We got our thread setter tool set up here. We'll see if this works. Well, that's one down. Try another one. Well, we got our rib nuts in there. Now we'll see if we can fit our switch in and tighten it in. Okay, look at that. Installed in the dash. Get a load of that. That looks pretty nice. Alright, now take a look at the wiring diagram that 12 volt guy sent with. Well, look at that. He's even got a cutout for us. We didn't use it. So it's pretty simple. The blue wire here is a voltage supply, and the black wire here is a ground, and then there's a wire harness that's all encased, double shielded. Wow, that's really nice. It goes up to our winch, but and we have this little pigtail here that plugs into the harness that was used for our hour meter, 12 volt supply and a ground. So we're just going to splice that onto here so we can plug it right into an existing harness in our truck. I know you're not supposed to do this with a lighter, but my heat gun is at work. Now, this end goes to our winch. This end plugs into our switch. And he's even got it color coded here. Take a look. Red goes here, green goes here, and then our two blacks, go on this side, this pin and this pin right here. Red. Hey, get over there. Green. Ground. And the other ground. There we go. Now we're ready to go put it in the truck. Alright, our dash and our switch are reinstalled in the truck. Now we got to string this through the firewall and up to our winch. We have our nice double shielded wiring harness here from 12 volt guy. Run through the firewall, down the driver's fender, and out underneath the core support, and up to our front winch here. Now we got to take the cover back off, like we had before, and wire these 3 wires in, just like we did the plug when we replaced the plug on our last video. The 12 volt guy's got the wires in the harness labeled here. The green one he's got labeled in, the red one he's got labeled out, and the black one he's got labeled ground. So what he wants you to do is he wants you to freeze pull the winch and test the little wires here to see which one's in and which one's out. So we have our multimeter here. We have it hooked to ground on the winch, and we're going to check this one. This is where our black wire hooks up on the plug that we installed in the last video. And we're going to hit out. And we got 9.5 volts. Now we're going to look at the green one, and we're going to hit out. And we have 5/10 volts. So our black one has got the voltage in our out position. So that's the one that we want to hook the out wire to, which is the red. So we're going to hook the red to the same one as our black wire here from our plug that we installed before. With the kit comes these Scotch locks. Now I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely detest these Scotch locks. We aren't going to use them. We're going to use eyelets instead and hook them right onto the studs of the solenoids like we did our worn plug. Okay, we crimped on some eyelets and hooked them right up to the solenoid studs. Our red wire, the out wire, is the same as our black wire from our worn plug, and that goes to this stud. Our green wire, which is our in wire, is the same as our green wire from our worn plug, and that goes to this stud. Now, the black wire he wanted hooked to a ground. We don't have a ground wire in our solenoid system because our solenoid system grounds to the plate. So we took the black wire and we put a little ground over here and bolted it to the plate. Now we'll reinstall our cover and check it out, see if it works. Everything's back together. Should we try out the switch and see if it works? Cover up, armed. Our green light's on. Out. I hear a winch. In. I hear a winch.
She works.
All right. Sounds good. If you want your own custom switch panel for a front winch or anything else in your wheeler, your buggy, or a race truck, check out 12voltguy.com. He has all kinds of custom switch panels that he can put together for you. Thanks for watching, BSF Recovery Team. Keep wheeling, stay safe, and maybe we'll see you in the woods.